Hello. How are you guys? Hey, Brittany. Hey, Queen. Hey, Mama. Hello, hello. How are y'all on this beautiful Friday? This beautiful weather. I'm gonna be on for a little second. Hey, Kareem. How are you guys? I might go live on TikTok after I get off of here. I just figured out that TikTok makes you go live a certain number of times. I think I may have already said this before you get like, you know, before they like show your videos to other people or something. There's some rules. What's the topic? Not a topic. I just want to read the energy and see what the vibe is, and then I'll like, I'll get into it. I actually might play my sound bowl if y'all want me to. So y'all let me know. Let me know if y'all want me to play my sound bowl later. I haven't played it for y'all on live in a while. I'm sad because I was gonna go to the NBA YoungBoy concert in Atlanta tomorrow and they canceled it. I should have known better and went Wednesday. It's so sad. Like, am I gonna have to take a flight and go to another city? A sound bowl is a crystal bowl. Like, you ever see people get like a, it can be any color, but usually they're white. It's a big white crystal quartz bowl, and it plays like beautiful music, like frequency music. I'm pretty sure mine is 444 hertz, if I'm not mistaken. So each one has a different tune to it. It plays at a different frequency, and each frequency does different things. They canceled it because I was going to go. It's crazy. I don't think I'm that important. I was just about to ask you, what does the energy feel like to me? I don't know. I feel like the energy feels fun. Energy feels very fun, very freeing. If I remember correctly, on my last live, I was talking about people just feeling like they don't care. They want to be more authentic, kind of like letting their freak flag fly, something like that. And I feel like that energy is consistent. And people are just like still in that energy of I don't care. Now, if you want me, because on the one hand, I feel like that's y'all's energy. But on the one hand, I do feel like it's some maddies, not baddies. It's some maddies in the energy. Not you, but I do feel like there's people connected to y'all who are very mad and almost in this energy of like, you know how when you're dealing with somebody who's narcissistic, and the thing about narcissists that's so hard is they're not completely bad people. It's like they have a really good side to them and they're not always bad. And that's what causes a lot of confusion. And it's really emotionally abusive when you have somebody who's switching their energy like that. And you'll deal with them for a certain amount of time and they'll show their true colors. And then especially if you're a person who has like a big heart or you're very close to this person, you'll go back to them, and whether this is a family member, lover, friend, whatever, you'll keep dealing with them because you see their heart, you see the goodness attached to them. I kind of get a couple different things, but you could be dealing with somebody who's narcissistic and this person, their mask dropped again, basically. So I feel like somebody's is going to have a lot of trouble controlling the narrative and hiding their true intentions. I feel like this is collectively. So just like, because I feel like this energy comes in waves. So just like you guys, you're expressing your authenticity, you're being your true self. So are the people who are like opposing you. If you're speaking your truth, the people opposing you are speaking their truth. And I feel like for a long time, these same people were speaking lies, like a lot of lies against you or whoever. So that's the energy I'm getting. Like I'm getting a lot of good for y'all, but I'm also getting on the other hand, yeah, it's a double-edged sword. So on one hand, it's good that we're being authentic, but it could be some hurtful situations could transpire. Like you could deal with people who like it hurts. It hurts when you like see the good in somebody and that mask drops and you're like, okay, this is who you really are. And this is not just somebody having a moment. Cause don't confuse somebody having a moment and having like a lapse in judgment and like being triggered one time. That does not define a person. We're talking about somebody who has shown over and over and over again a certain character trait. That is who they are. Okay, so just be mindful of that. Because I've had people. Because you know how people like you'll have a moment, and maybe you'll go off on somebody or whatever, and somebody's like, "Ooh, that's who you really are." No, who you really are is who you are consistently every single day. That's who you really are. We're humans. We're gonna be sad. We're gonna be upset. We're gonna have a moment. We're gonna have emotions. That does not make you a bad person. You think these are auntie glasses? I love these. These are actually my hater blockers. Actually, because I'm blocking out the haters today. I'll be auntie. I'm actually somebody's auntie, so I'll take it. I'm definitely somebody's auntie. So if these are auntie glasses, that's fine. But you know what? I bet you your auntie don't look like this. I bet you your auntie don't look like this. Let me see what your auntie look like. And then we'll see who look like an auntie and who don't. Let me see. I'm ignoring that. I'm not going to address that because I don't care. How do you raise your vibration when you feel a little depressed? Cleaning. Now this is tough, y'all. I'm not even gonna say cleaning. Let's double back. Let's just go back. This is tough because when you're depressed, it takes a lot. Like hearing somebody say when you're depressed, just clean up, just get up. When you're depressed, that's really hard to do. What I would say the first thing you need to do if you're depressed and your vibration is low and you're like, bruh, I can't clean up, I can't get up, I can't eat, I can't sleep, I can't do any of those things. Work on your mind because working on your mind does not require you to do anything. It doesn't require you to move physically, it doesn't require you to clean. All does is require you to sit there and change your thought process. So that's the first thing I would do. If you're feeling depressed, you're feeling down, you're not feeling yourself, literally go to La La Land. That's what me and my daughter call it. Literally close your eyes and think about as many amazing things as you can. And even smile. Like whenever I'm upset and I'm like, nope, I'm not gonna let these emotions get the best of me, I'll sit there and I'll smile like crazy. Like me and my daughter will do that. We'll be like, just sit there and smile because it really does raise your mood. It doesn't matter how bad of a mood you're in. If you like really sit there and smile real hard, you're gonna feel better. So focus on your mind, your mental. Like that's what I would start with first and keep doing that. Even if you lay there and you imagine imagine yourself cleaning up even. Like close your eyes and imagine yourself like cleaning and having a spotless, shiny home that's smelling good and it's the smell of like cleaning supplies in the air. I love that smell. Or just like, I don't know, whatever it is that you want to do that your body physically will not allow you to do because you're depressed. Imagine yourself doing that over and over again and hold that thought and that feeling as long as you can. They love getting me out of character. They could never. Like, when has anybody ever gotten me out of character? Only time you can get me out of character is if you know me in real life and it's an issue with like my kids. I don't let people on the internet get me out of character. Like y'all be thinking, which I think is cute, y'all think that when I address things, that's me getting out of character. You have never. you have y'all have no idea what getting out of character means for me. You've never seen it. Okay, the only person who's seen that is my family and my child's father. That's it. Thanks, Brittany girl. Where can I get my auntie glasses? I think these are on my Amazon storefront, if I'm not if I'm not mistaken. So you have to look on there. Low state, yeah. The first thing I don't do well is I take a shower. Yeah, like anything to do with cleanliness. Like now, when I was younger, it was way harder to get myself out of depressive episodes. But now that I'm older, the first thing that I do, I'm gonna clean. Like whether I'm showering, washing my hair, washing my sheets, washing my pillowcases, I'm gonna clean up, and I always feel better. Everybody in here need to stay focused. Why they not focused? Prayer also does help. That's not a lie. That is not a lie. I just have my glasses on because I look tired. That's why I have them on. Do I look tired? That's why I put them on. I heard a noise. I think there's a fly in here. Pray first, actually. I mean, I'm not gonna tell somebody what they need to do first, but I will tell them. I'll take the glasses off, y'all, because I'm not trying to distract nobody. I'm not gonna say anybody what they need to do first, but I definitely believe that prayer needs to be involved in that for sure. 100%, and it works fast. Just you gotta do. I'm not gonna say prayer is the only thing that, like, I don't know. I said this before. There was a time where I was, because I like to communicate with like the Holy Spirit and my angels through music. Like I truly believe that. And I sat down one day and I was like, Jesus, I need you right now. And I had hit shuffle on my playlist and the song Holy Father started playing. And I was like, Jesus is here with me. That happens all the time. Like if I'm ever like, Jesus, I just need a moment with me and you right now. I need you to connect with me. I will literally hit shuffle on my playlist and I promise you, like God is my witness. It'll be like a gospel song. And I don't listen to a ton of gospel music, but I have some songs that I like because I'm not Christian, but I like songs about God and Jesus and all of that. So I'll listen to it all the time. And I'll hit shuffle and it'll, you know, I look like a boss who pay all the bills. I can't argue with that. Yes, respectfully, those glasses had you looking suspicious. I don't know. I feel like that's like projection. Suspicious is crazy. What the world calls energy are actually spirits. Sure. Whatever you want to call it. I get that. Because I was earlier, I don't know if it was you, Lovely, that said that when I was talking about the narcissist, you were saying it's the spirit that's on them. I do believe that. I do believe that people can have spirits on them that make them act certain ways. It's very scary to witness if you've ever witnessed it. Like somebody who switches like that. And it's like, oh, okay, your demons are coming out to play for sure. But everybody's demons are going to act differently. Like some people, I don't know. I don't feel like getting into it. But yeah. It's not always easy to tell, I'll say that. Because let's say for example, let's say that you are, I'm gonna just use a man for example. Let's say you're a man and you're dealing with a woman, right? She's not necessarily bad to you, but maybe she's super wild and intriguing and she's very sexual and all of those things. Like she's super wild. Y'all be freaky together. She may have a demon attached to her and you may not recognize it because she's fun. She's like a fun girl to you and she's super sexual and you like that. But at the end of the day, she may have like some type of succubus energy on her. So y'all gotta be careful. Like don't just automatically assume if somebody is a demon only portrays himself to be just an evil person. Like, no. Demons are someone that go after your lower nature. So the enemy knows, like, if he sends his demons after you, or the opposition, whatever you want to call it, whatever you believe in, it's the same. When they send these energies at you, they're always going to send the ones that can get you into your lower nature, right? So if you're somebody who you have overcame drinking, for example, they're going to send somebody into your life that can get you to start drinking, whether they're passing you to drink or they're stressing you out and it makes you want to pick up a drink. Or if you're somebody who struggles with like sex addiction, they're going to send you things like these energies, these spirits or whatever are going to send you things to tempt you sexually just to get you in your lower nature. If you're a hothead, like I used to be a certified hothead real bad, so bad. I was constantly put in situations where I would lose my temper. Like that's the demon. It's my lower self. My lower self is the demon, basically. And if I act in my lower self, I'm aligning myself with whatever other energies that are the same. Does that make sense? Yeah, we multidimensional around here. We all fall short and sin daily, but have to understand that once you open that door to the devil, the door ain't cracked, it's wide open. Yeah, but it can be shut. I definitely agree that it's not like you're just tiptoeing in it. I definitely agree with that. Like the once you align yourself with that, oh, the opposition, the devil is gonna do his big one. It's not gonna just sneak in. It's busting all the way through. Especially if you're somebody who's chosen. Like they want you that bad because you're worth more than 1,000 men or 1,000 women. Any tips on cleansing your spirit? Cleaning. Cleaning, exercising. Be careful the content that you consume on like social media, the people that you're around, things like that. Cleansing your spirit. What does a cleansed spirit look like to you? See, when y'all ask questions like that, you got to make sure that you know who you are, what type of person that you are. Because let's say that you're already a clean freak, you're already a super clean person. I can't tell you, oh, you need to clean up. You're like, okay, I've already cleaned. I'm already super squeaky clean person. I can't get no more clean, but I'm still fighting demons. You got to know who your higher self is and figure out how to get to that. Because that's what cleansing your spirit is. You're just aligning with your highest self or the God-like version of you or the way that God sees you. There's a bee or a wasp or something in here. I hear him. I see him. It's a wasp in here. I don't have my glasses on, so I can't really see. Oh my God. He's too far up there. Y'all can't see, but just know if I scream, that's why. Oh my God, bro. It's a wasp. It's a wasp. But I'm so scared of wasp. I'm gonna leave. It's not a bee. It's a wasp. I think there's something wrong because I just killed. Well, I didn't kill it, but my stepsister killed 2 wasps the other day. It's not. These ceilings are like 13 feet high. He is all the way at the top of that window. I'm not gonna be able to swat him. And even if I could, I still wouldn't because I'm too scared. Leave him be. As long as he leave me be. But the problem is this is the 3rd one that I have seen. So which leads me to believe there's a nest somewhere. I don't have time for this. I just can't. I don't have a 13-foot broom, Jay. Thank you for the advice. I don't believe in, like, you know how people say when they see gnats, they're like monitoring spirits? I don't believe in that. This is not that. And I'm not taking away from y'all's belief, but I don't believe that. Like, a gnat is just a gnat to me. I don't think like, oh, I'm being watched. Yeah, I'm being watched. I have 3 big social media platforms. Of course I'm being watched. You're watching me right now. Happy Friday. When you are speaking about demons being attached to people during intimacy, how would you know if y'all are both are in that moment, do it mean both people have attachments? Not necessarily. And I'm not sure, because if I could personally say, I've only had one experience, I would say, like sexually, where I like knew this person had something attached to them. I just didn't realize it until later. And this person, oh my God, I didn't start having dreams, because I've said this before. Like, I've had dreams constantly of like either an incubus or a succubus, like R wording me. I don't know if I can say that on YouTube. In my dreams, like over and over and over again. And half the time, it's that person. That person is in the dream, like R wording me all the time. So that's how I knew it was that person has an issue, but also just like pattern recognition, and like it's just things that I peeped. I just feel like if you're spiritually in tune, you're going to know. The problem is most people are not aware, so they have no idea that whether they have something attached to them or somebody else does. You have to be very aware and spiritually in tune. Most people, especially men, and I'm not trying to get on y'all, but a lot of men, they are told it's okay to like be promiscuous and like go out here and sleep with anybody that they want to, as long as it has a hole attached to it. They're gonna sleep with it, not even thinking about any consequences, not thinking about pregnancy or STDs or what demons this person got, who that woman is sleeping with, and so on and so on and so forth. They just want to get off. So I feel like that's a lack of awareness. Like, they're not aware enough to know you don't need to be doing those type of things. So I feel like it's just something you'll know. I didn't know at the time, but over time I was like, okay, yeah, this is an issue. There's only one way to do it: replace the bad habits with good habits. Just like she said, if you have energy for I don't want to keep saying that because I don't know if YouTube will flag it, but work out, write it out, let that. Yeah, you got to find a replacement for that energy for sure. Because I get like some people are, like some people have been through like abuse and all types of things. Like, I get that, but it just, because there's a certain responsibility as an adult and as a spiritual person and whatever you want to call yourself, where you have to take ownership of your body and just decide, like, I don't want this habit or this thing to control me anymore. What does FS mean? Not all FS. What does that mean? Thank you, Tone to Fly. Are your R word dreams recurrent? Yeah, it's always one person. The issue is, this is somebody I have to deal with. Oh, for sure. Okay. Is I have to deal with to a certain extent, unfortunately. But yeah, it's always a different way, but it's always that same person. Because there was a point in time where it wasn't that person, but it was like an actual demon. Like, I've said this before. I had a dream one time. It was crazy. I actually had a couple of dreams like this. I was in the bathroom with a succubus. We were in the shower together, and she looked disgusting. Like, it was an actual succubus. Like, she was in her true form. It wasn't like this sexy, you know what I'm saying? Like, she was in her demonic form. And we were about to do it. And I heard my ancestors or God or somebody say to me, if she drops that soap, get out of the tub. Because I feel like in the dream, they could not get me to like recognize what was in front of me for some reason. And that's why they said that. So when she dropped that soap in the shower, I snapped out of it, and I saw her for who she was the whole time. But it didn't, some reason it didn't register to me in the dream. So then I stepped out and whatever. I've had a lot. Like, I'm not gonna lie. It's concerning, and I pray about it all the time. Like, I pray to God about it all the time. I don't know what the reason is for it, but I have them a lot, and it's a lot of times with that person. I don't get the JB. I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't know you get down with the get down. What does that mean? What that can mean so many things. What does that mean? You didn't know what? Just say what you mean. Did you have a lot of wild times back in the day? I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say I had a lot of wild times back in the day. No, but I've been in relationships. I've been in relationships. I used to be married, actually. I got married very, very, very young. Wild times sexually? No. Wild times in general? Yes. But I am somebody, I don't want to trigger nobody because this conversation is getting kind of deep. Like, I just had a lot of bad things happen to me as a child. I'll say that. I don't want to like get into all that because I'm not even trying to have this conversation. But yeah, I'm not trying to be TMI. I had some bad things happen to me when I was a child, for sure. I wouldn't say I was ever promiscuous, but there was a point in time, and I've talked about this before too, like in like beginning, like with my OGs. There was a point in time, oh, I'm gonna get real raw with y'all. Do y'all really want me to say this? Do y'all want me to be raw with y'all, or do y'all want me to not save it for my diary and save it for my therapist? Y'all let me know. Before I say what I'm finna say, because I also don't want to trigger anybody either. I don't want to trigger anybody. It's nothing bad. It's nothing really bad, I promise. But yeah, I was married. That's a story for another day. It's a story for another day. I was just gonna, it's not super triggering, but I'll say this. There was a time where when I was like between the ages of 19 and 22, I used to like take like modeling pictures that were like overly sexy, like showing your body, all of that. I don't know if that's considered wild, but there was a point in time where I realized why I was doing that. And I'm not going to say that, but it does have something to do with abuse that I went through as a child. And because I went through that as a child, and I'm not going to say specifically what it was because that's super triggering, that could be triggering to somebody, that caused me to grow up. And at some point in my early 20s, I just felt like, I don't know, like I just wanted to show my body or something. I don't know. But I feel like it was a mix of that and also social media. And living in Atlanta, that's like a thing. Wow, Richard, you probably never will. So, but I feel like that was a thing also because on social media, you see a lot of women who are just like, they show off their body a lot. And I don't know, I feel like I grew up on social media. So it was that plus like just trauma and stuff that I went through as a child. And I don't know, I just felt like liberated. And I was just like, you know what? It's my body. I'm gonna show my body off, whatever. But I know looking back, I would never do that. Like this version of me would never do those things. So I don't know what the succubus incubus thing is. There's so many different things it could be. I personally believe it's just like, because you know a lot of children who get that was, you know, a lot of children who like they experience things like that happen to them. It can make them that way, and I feel like the devil, whatever you want to call it, has been after me because of that. Like, I couldn't destroy you with what happened to you as a child. So now I'm going to be after you in your adulthood, if that makes sense. Like, I wanted to destroy you and like take your innocence from you as a child. So now that you're an adult, I'm going to like try my best to come after you, if that makes sense. Yeah, God definitely got me. Thanks, y'all. Saw that you were online. Want to jump in and say hi. Going back to studying, your videos have truly helped me so very much. Any of your videos were confirmation for me to go for my CDL. Okay, you better do that. I'm so sorry you went through that, but I'm so glad you made it through. Thank you. Me too. Common for ladies to explore and figure out sexuality and femininity. We all eventually find balance as long as we keep evolving. 100%. What? my niece is doing that and she don't care. I can't believe what my mom busted on her phone. She only 16. I mean, she needs guidance because at the end of the day, children need guidance and they need somebody to look up to. I can personally say that, and I'm not discrediting what your family has done for her or whatever, because I don't know. I can personally say, like, I did not have any guidance growing up. Like, there was no one to, like, teach me certain things. I was somebody who really had to raise myself and learn the hard way. And I feel like I'm not trying to make it about like black women, but I do kind of feel like black women, or you could say black men too, and minorities in general, we're like put in situations where we have to learn the hard way with life. We don't usually have people that guide us. And when we do, they're guiding us incorrectly. So I can say from my experience, like, granted, I wasn't like too turned up. Now, did I sneak out the house and go to parties? For sure. Did I like try alcohol and like smoke weed in high school? For sure. But it could have went way worse. Based off the things that happened to me as a child and the things I have endured, I could have turned out way worse. Like, and most people do. So for me not to, that's just God. But if I just off the fact that I went through those things and I didn't have any guidance, oh my God. I could have, honey, I would have been terrible. I would have been terrible. So I feel like children need guidance and they need it young. You can't wait till a child does something and then try to reprimand them for it. You got to get to them before that even happens. You got to get to them at 5. Because if we really get spiritual, the devil gonna come for your kids at 5 and 4. The devil got to me before I even was fully conscious. It was already on my ass, excuse my American, at 5, already putting me through harmful things that could have destroyed me. So just know you got children. Don't say, oh, they're doing good. Because I was one of those kids who was also overlooked because I was so good. I was like a goody two shoes. I got good grades. I stayed out of trouble. I didn't really get into anything. So I was overlooked. And it was like, oh, we don't have to worry about Cydney because Cydney is doing what she's supposed to do. That's not an excuse not to nurture and guide your child. Don't look at your child and say, oh, they're always doing what they're supposed to do. I never have to get on them. Because one day that child could grow up and something is going to click and they're going to turn into something else. Like, seriously. Like, just to be what's the word I want to say? Just to be real with y'all, like, it's not normal for, like, I had like a huge giant bottle of Ciroc in my closet when I was 16. Like, when I say from the couch all the way up, like, it was huge. That's not normal. There's nothing normal about having a drinking problem in high school. Like, but my mom would never have suspected I did things like that. And it was such a shock to her because I was always a great kid. Like, super just goody. So if you have kids, or even the person that's talking about their niece, you gotta get to her before. I mean, I'm not saying it's too late for her, but that's the type of child you gotta get to early. You gotta instill wisdom in them early. Yes, some of it is nature, because it's nature versus nurture. Yes, they're gonna listen to their peers and they're gonna, kids do stuff, especially when you are, what's it called? Especially when you're going through puberty, kids they get out of control a little bit. But I don't know. I'm not raising a teenager. I mean, my sister is a teen. That's about as best as I can do. But some things I do feel like you just got to talk to your kids about, especially if we're just talking about sexually. That stuff, a lot of that stuff can be avoided if you actually have honest conversations with your children. They may sneak out and go to a party. You probably can't avoid that. They're going to talk back, whatever. They're going to want to experiment. But when it comes to sexual things, it's about giving them the proper tools and wisdom. Like, talk to them about not just pregnancies. Talk to them about STDs And also the spiritual aspect of it. Like, do you want to sleep with this person? Maybe they don't give you an STD. Maybe you don't get pregnant, but you may be spiritually attached to this person and carry on their dark energy, especially if you got a daughter. Our wombs are very sacred. And I don't mean that you raise your son to be promiscuous, because obviously that's not right. But just, you got to have honest conversations and listen to them. Don't tell them, oh, this is bad. Don't do this or you're going to die. If you get pregnant, I'm putting you out my house. That child is probably going to get pregnant. Like, that's just how it goes. So you got to be careful. Yeah, I got siblings. I have 4 older brothers. I'm the baby. Thank you, Norva. Hey, Krista. Welcome, girl. Exactly what you just said. I feel because I couldn't be broken as a child trying to come into my adult life. Yes, but they're not breaking you in your adult life either. They just want you to feel like you're breaking, but you're actually not. Yeah, I used to have an empty bottle of 1800 on my dresser drawer thinking it was cool. You live and you learn, man. I swear. Sold weed since primary school, 34 now still. You still doing that? You need to chill. Parents don't do that nowadays. You're not lying, because I've been seeing some stuff and I'm like, these kids are off the chain. They're off the chain. Sadly, some things they have to learn the hard way. Just be there under, guide them when they fall. I agree with that too. I do believe that children do need to learn the hard way. There's some things they're just not going to listen to. No teenager wants to listen to their parents. They want to listen to their friends. I do feel like nowadays it's a little different because my oldest child is 5. So it's not like I have experience raising a teen, because I have no idea what that's like. But I will say that at the very least, make sure that you're a safe space for your kids so they can feel comfortable talking to you. My daughter tells me everything. She tells me stuff and I'm just like, this is too much. I don't need to know that. My daughter will tell me if an eyelash falls off her face. She tells me every single thing that she goes through and every single thing that she thinks, because I have created a space where it's comfortable for her to do that. So even if she does go off and make a mistake and does her own thing, I have created an environment where she's going to tell me about it and we'll talk about it. So that's the very least that you can do. I have been given so many signs to hurry up and get out of this state. As soon as I get my CDL, I am out of this state and moving on and continue my happy life along with more success. Yes, hold on to that feeling. Don't let anything like sway you off of that. Why am I keeping the same notification over and over again? Hey, Emmanuel. But yeah. Some of that I gotta save for my next book. Y'all can't know everything yet. Thank you, Talia. Thank you. Yeah, I look, I pray for my kids. I pray for my kids I haven't even like had yet. I pray for my future grandkids. I'll be praying over my entire bloodline. I don't play that. It's a whole prayer warrior. Because I already see, like, having a child is such a spiritual experience, because you can see some of the things that your children will go through early. And it's like, it's nothing that you are doing. It's just something that is going on. There's a lot of things that will go on with your child that you'll see, like the enemy or whatever is trying to break them, or they will try to use you to break your children. People don't ever talk about that. The enemy will try to attack your children through you. Like, as a parent, I constantly check myself, constantly. And I can already tell, because you can't really stop your child's testimony, because they're going to go through things that it's God needs them to go through. But I can already tell there's things that, like, it's a crazy full circle experience to see your child go through things spiritually. I don't know. It's just crazy. I can't even really explain it. Be careful with Chick-fil-A. They have changed your chicken from before. What they do? I was finna say something. I forgot. What is a spiritual baddie exactly? I kind of don't feel like answering that today. People ask me that all the time. I don't feel like answering it. I would say just watch. Watch the channel. If you choose to watch the channel, you'll figure it out. You look very healed from what you've been through. You sound like a very good mom. Thank you. I try to be. I really do. It's like one of my biggest purposes in this life is to be a mother, and I love it so much. I think I'm going to have at least 5 kids, like in total. I think I'm going to have 3 girls and 2 boys, if I had to guess. My next child is definitely going to be a boy. I love being a mom. I feel like there's a spiritual thing now with like being a parent, period. Like not just being a mom, but also a dad. There's like spiritual war on moms and dads specifically. They just changed where they get their chicken from. I think it has GMO in it now. There's a few articles out there. Oh my goodness. Let me look into that. I don't really eat Chick-fil-A like that, but I definitely will look into it. I don't know. I feel like I don't know, because you can always tell, because whenever there's something going on in the world, you'll see it spiritually and practically. And I feel like now it's kind of funny, and I think I said this before too. It's kind of funny now because social media makes people feel like crap, especially Instagram. And we live in a hierarchy. People are always trying to find a way to one up the next person in any way that they can. They want to find a way to one up you for no reason, instead of just loving themselves and loving what space they are in their life. All right, Mr. Wasp. They want to find a way to like make themselves feel superior to other people. And I feel like the new thing now is for people to look down on like single parents or like single moms specifically. I would say single moms specifically. Nobody really looks down on single dads. Not really, not to the same extent. But I noticed, I'm not even gonna say single moms, just moms, period. Like people are like, well, I'm not where I'm supposed to be in life. I feel bad about myself. Now all of a sudden all these moms are coming forward because we got TikTok, and moms are being more vulnerable and honest about their woes and things that they're going through. Now this is a group of people I can put myself above, because I may be broke, I may be sad, my man may have just cheated on me, but at least I'm not a single mom. And now I can talk about single moms and I can look down on them, and to the point where it's not even just regular everyday people. They do it to celebrities too. It doesn't matter how rich and famous and successful a celebrity is. If they find out that celebrity is a single mom, they're like, okay, well, this is somebody I can put myself above. Because when I get on social media, I see everybody got these mansions and these nice cars and these BBLs and all these things. And I wish I had all those things. And I don't. And I may not be able to obtain it. But guess what? There's single moms out here. And any moment where I feel bad about myself, at least I'm not a single mom. Like, that's like the thing now that I notice, and I find it to be very weird, and I want people to be careful. It's okay to not want to have kids. And I think the mistake people are making is, I feel like social media has been such a blessing where people can talk about the woes of parenting, and I feel like it's good for people to talk about that and be vulnerable, because it gives women especially, just give them a second thought. Like, I don't have to be a mom. I don't have to be a parent. I can just be single. I could be the single rich auntie or uncle, whatever. And it gives them a second to question if they really want to be a parent, which I think is good. The problem is, because there's 2 sides to every coin. You have people who are recognizing and okay and saying, I can make a conscious choice not to be a parent. And then you have people who are like, I can finally have somebody I can look down on. I don't care how beautiful this person is or successful they are. Because this person is a mother and mothers are now looked down on by society, I can punch down on mothers and make them feel like crap because I feel like crap. And I need somebody to be above. I need to feel better than someone. So I'm going to choose to be above and think I'm above a single mom or a parent or whatever, or a mom, whatever. And I find it to be very weird. And people are taking the bait and falling for this, and they just need to stop. Like, seriously. Like, it's so obvious. And I feel like it's, I don't know, because I'm spiritual. I see the spiritual aspect of everything. So when I see that, I can tell that is what people are doing, because it's unprovoked. It's completely unprovoked. It's crazy. Thank you, Lauren. You see a single dad, people think they're a hero. Yeah, they do. Yes, exactly. I had to. Yes, exactly. I have to figure out how to get deeper in tune with what I've been seeing from the universe and my ancestors. Meditate, honey. Hey, Miss Proverbs 31 lady. Yeah, Kylie Jenner just a BM. Ridiculous. Yeah, but I don't know. She's a little bit different, because I've seen them do that to black millionaires, black women that are millionaires. But I feel like because she is white, it's a little bit different. They don't really put her in that category, or like Kim K. But if you're a black woman, for sure, you're in that category. They don't care how much money you got. Love from Nepal. Okay, Nepal. I can't wait to have my first baby. Really? How old are you? Just make sure that if you want to have kids, make sure that you want to be, oh my God, you see him? Y'all see him? Get out of here. Make sure that you want to be a father and want to be a mother and you want to be a husband or a wife. Don't be like, oh, I want to have kids. Just say, I want to. You gotta want to be a mom, or you gotta want to be a dad, or want to be a husband. You can't just say, I want a wife. Because why? Why do you want a wife? Thank you, thank you. People are so trying to push me to this day of having another kid. My kid is 20. Girl, or whatever. I don't know if you're a man or a girl. No. Your kid is 20. You're good. You did what you're supposed to do. God bless. Enjoy your life. Enjoy your life. I don't know why anybody would try to push somebody who has a 20-year-old kid to have another one. It's crazy. Like, no. I can't imagine starting over at 20. Starting over when my daughter was 4 was like crazy to me. So a 20-year-old, no. I don't know why anybody would do that. Being a single mom is not always the mom's choice, and it doesn't mean they're irresponsible. Also, if it can be better to be alone than to have your child around nonsense, as long as they're safe and loved. That's really all that matters, for sure. That's right. I feel like there's no person, unless you're, because there are some women who like, they go to fertility clinics and they don't want to be married. They don't want to be in a relationship. They genuinely want to raise a child by themselves. So that, I see that. So I'm not gonna say nobody wants to be a single mom, but those are very rare cases. But most women who are single moms, who would want to just be in that position? Because usually it's coming from divorce, or it's coming from abuse, or whatever, toxicity, whatever. So yeah, I don't know. But that's fine. It's just a trend right now, and it'll go away and people will find somebody else to like bully. I just noticed that's a thing now. Like, people just, they hate moms, they hate children, which is so weird, because I just feel like that's who God blesses and loves more than anything, especially children. If I want to dive to depth of spirituality, which religion should I follow? I don't feel like you should follow religion at all. I think you should just start with all of them. Like, if you're just want to dive into spirituality, I feel like, I mean, I always say spirituality is learning about your own spirit, like learning your true essence, your true divinity. Who is your highest self? Who is the God-like version of you? Who is the person that God sees? So I feel like diving deeper into yourself is being spiritual. But one of my beautiful supporters said that love is our religion, which I really love that she said that, or he said that, because that really stuck with me. So I would just dive deeper into learning about yourself because you can't go wrong. And if, like, the Holy Spirit, for example, wants to use you, he gonna use you, okay? There's no avoiding that. I'm telling you, there's no avoiding that. I've been like, grew up super religious, and I've been like all my life connected to Christianity and Jesus. And there was like probably like 2 years I went where I didn't really talk to Jesus, like specifically. And then I feel like once I got back into that, our relationship grew stronger than ever. So I just feel like you should just allow yourself to go with the flow about it. Go with the flow of it. That part, we are more than incubators, we are more than housewives. I know that's right. I'm about female. I don't love babysitting. I tell my friends, if your kid comes back spoiled, I cannot be blamed. Yeah, that's the beautiful part about this whole like conversation around motherhood is women realizing we were sold a lie that we're just supposed to be moms. We're supposed to be wives. And we're not supposed to be that. We're like, that's not something you're supposed to do, which I think is great. I think that's amazing, and I think that's important, and it's beautiful to see that because it feels like as a society, women are taking our power back from like the patriarchy, and just reminding them that we have autonomy over our bodies, and you cannot force us to do that. It reminds me of Handmaid's Tale, and that's why that was a thing. Because it was, I feel like, because it's now like women are like, no, I don't, I don't have to get married. Because a long time ago, women were forced to. We had no choice but to be married. Because if you wanted to be married, then if you wanted to have a house or a bank account or money or anything, you had to be married. A woman had to be married. Single men were okay and they were thriving, but single women, you can't be a single woman back then. Like if you had no rights, you couldn't vote, you couldn't drive, you couldn't have a bank account, you could not do anything. You had to have a man. And now women are like, now that I don't need a man to survive and eat food and have a warm home and clothes on my back, I'm not going to force myself into thinking that I have to like have children and whatever. So I think that's good. Me personally, I was always meant to be a mom, and it's the best thing that's ever happened to me. But I do feel that it's a good thing that women are deciding, oh, having a child will be the worst thing that ever happened to me. Or men are realizing that too, and I think it's helping them be more selective with who they're spreading their seed to. It is a blessing to bear children and marry the right person, but it's not our identity. No, it's not. And there's a lot of women who still feel like it is, unfortunately. They still feel like that. But the problem with feeling like that, because on the other hand, there's a big thing now that we're shaming single moms. People are like, "Oh, where's your ring? Where's your ring?" The problem with that is you're teaching a generation of women that they just need to go and they're desperate for marriage. Like I feel like we're in a generation of women who are desperate to get married. And it's like you don't even understand what that is going to entail. And you're so desperate to get married because you feel like you're a less of a person or you're going to be ashamed. Like you're less of a woman if you don't get married. And that's not true. Like it's okay to be single in any aspect, whether you're a single parent or just single and you got dogs or you got cats or you got no one. It's just you. That's okay. And I'm concerned with this new society thing where it's like people don't want to get married. They just want the wedding and they want the ring. They want the diamond. They want to be able to record their hand on TikTok and say, it's just a stupid boulder. It's not just a stupid boulder. It's a rock. You know, the little the SpongeBob sound. That's what people want to do now. Like they're desperate. Like I feel like a lot of women are desperate. And it's like on one hand, you have the women who are just still attaching their identity to marriage and children and rings and all that stuff. And then you have other women who are just like, I'm the divine feminine. I'm a goddess. Like this is my world. Like, I'm beautiful and smart and successful no matter where I go and what I'm doing, whether somebody comes or whether somebody goes. And I feel like it's healthier to teach women their own beauty and love and to pour into themselves than to be desperate for marriage just because they don't want to be a baby mama. Like, you don't have to do either one of those things, to be honest. You don't have to do either one. Just make sure you're recognizing why. Because if you get married to somebody because you were so desperate to have that, and then you end up in that situation and it's hard to get out of it, because I've seen that, you're also going to, honestly, it's like karma. It's going to be a full circle moment, especially if you're one of those women who like speak down on women who don't have rings or whatever the situation is, and then you end up getting a ring and you're like, oh, I made it, but then you make it with somebody who is cheating on you. Like, that happens. There's women who, y'all know how it is. I don't have to tell y'all and preach to y'all. Y'all know how people are, and I'm not just gonna hold that to men. Men and women can be very unpredictable, and you think you know somebody until you marry them or have a baby with them or you move in with them, and everything changes. And you could say, oh, why weren't the signs there? We are living in a world of sociopaths. There's doctors who can't even clinically like understand or diagnose psychopaths and sociopaths, and you feel like you can do that, or other women can do that, or other men can do that. You're crazy. You're crazy. Like, just make sure that you're making decisions because this is something that you want to do, and don't just do it because society is telling you to do it or you want to feel better about yourself and sleep well at night. Make sure you're making decisions that make sense to you in your life, because you can be as careful and meticulous as possible and still end up with the wrong person. So before you get on the internet judging everybody else for their life decisions because you think you are just better than everybody, you know everything, be careful, because God will make a believer out of you, honey, real quick. There's plenty of people, and I honestly got a little message with that I want to tell y'all. There's plenty of people who dealt with you specifically because they dealt with you specifically and felt like, I think I can get somebody better. And they fired you, or they cheated on you, or they broke up with you, or whatever. They walked away from you because they felt like the grass was greener on the other side. And when they got over there, they realized that grass was fake. That happens to people every day. Every day that happens. So y'all gotta just, not y'all, but just the world gotta be careful with that, because you never know. You never know. When I deconstructed from Christianity, I immediately dropped this unknown way of feeling less worthy if I'm not married. Yes, because it's like the audacity of society, and it's the patriarchy's fault, to make women feel like our value is in a man. Are you dumb? I can give birth to one of these clowns tomorrow. Like, are we being for real? How is my value and weight in a man? Like, it's really not. But I get it, and I feel like it's gonna take a lot more deconstruction with people in general. Everyone should be able to have their own opinion and choice to choose what identity they want to be in this world without the negative hate. I mean, that's never gonna happen, but you're absolutely right. This is Taurus. Yeah, I'm a Taurus, baby. We don't need a man to make us happy. God makes us happy. Yeah. It's like a big decline in real love, so people are searching for something to fill the loneliness inside. Yes, but with all things as well, when you have so many, like, because I feel like the enemy goes to the extreme, and that's always the enemy's detriment. That's the part the enemy always fails at. They go to the extreme with everything. And that extreme, these extreme situations and these like gender wars and whatever the CIA is doing that people are saying or whatever, comes a time where the real lovers rise. And that's what we're going through now. We went through all the gender war stuff. We went through all, I hate parents and I hate kids, and it's city girls up 1,000, and oh, we got city girls, we gonna be the city boys, or y'all hot girls, we gonna be the hot boys. And we went through all of these different stages, and all these people who are really acting like robots because they can't think for themselves. They just doing whatever people are telling them to do, whatever is cool on social media at the moment. Now the real lovers are rising, and you're gonna have people who are gonna follow that trend, but at least it's a trend that's positive. You know, like we're definitely moving into the time where the real lovers are making a comeback because people are tired. It's authenticity. That's why they say authenticity is the highest vibration, but to me, love is still the highest vibration because self-love is authenticity. Authenticity is self-love. That's love of self. So to me, everything comes back to love. So you got people who are like, okay, I'm tired of pretending I don't like love. I don't want love. Like this is stupid. This is I'm ruining my life. Time is passing me by. I could be loving this person and having a family or whatever it is that you want, and I'm not doing it because I'm afraid to look uncool to a bunch of people who don't care about me. That's dumb. That is so dumb. Please do not waste your life because you're afraid of what people in this world think, because these people don't think about nobody but themselves. They don't care. They don't care about you and what you do at all. Just live your life and do what makes you happy. This world is crazy, but we still have to live in it. God will protect us. Yes. And don't become their slave. Do not lower your standard to keep your boundaries. More women should run for office and change some laws. That is better for the young women. They absolutely should, but every time we try to, they try to stop us. That's the problem. The patriarchy is too powerful. They have too many people, too many men in power. I definitely feel like the world would be better if there was more women in power and more women making decisions. But how are we going to get there if they keep on trying to stop us every time we try? Like, that's the problem. What if I always wanted to have children and I never wanted or dreamed to be married? Am I weird? To me, no, but to society, probably. But who cares? Do what you want. This is your life. Will you shave your eyebrows for $1,000? No. There's nothing I would do for $1,000. My collabs, my business collabs on my social media are more than that. My brand collabs are more than that. I wouldn't even post a 30-second ad in one of my YouTube videos for $1,000. A lot of people are traumatized. Traumatized by past and compare new people that they meet and ruin their chances to experience new. Nothing wrong with being cautious though. Yeah, definitely be smart, but at the same time, you can't really be cautious when it comes to love. That's not really possible. I know some people disagree with that, but I just don't feel like that's possible. If you're too cautious with love, you're going to let your life pass you by. And love is one of those things that you have to like live and learn, you know? Like you either put yourself out there or you don't. Trying to be too cautious when it comes to love can be harmful. Like you're not as smart as you think you are by being cautious. Or what's the word? What's the word people say now? Vetting. Like vetting to me is not a real thing. How do you vet somebody who is a master manipulator? He's a master or she's a master at manipulating. I feel like you have to pay attention to people's patterns. Like at some point in life, especially as an adult, you're going to come across somebody who is a terrible person that you thought was a good person. It happens. But if you come across somebody and they're showing traits of being a good person, but your trauma and your ego is not allowing you to see that, that's different. At some point, you will see it though. At some point, you will see everything that you did not see the first time. Whether you realize, man, I messed up with somebody so good, or you realize, oh, wow, I was being really dumb. At some point, you're going to realize that, but that's the point. You're supposed to go through it so you can learn. Like, don't be like so scared that you never, you just never experience anything. Allow yourself to experience love and friendship and stop being so afraid of failure and taking L's. People be afraid to take a L. Just take the L, man. Take the L and transmute it. That's all I can tell you. Take the L. That's why they say it's better to have loved than lost than to never love at all. I believe that 100%. I'm a super hopeless romantic. So there's no situation I can go through where I'm just like, I'm never going to love again. No. Mm-mm. I always have room for love. I have so much love in my heart. It's not even funny. But not just like in a romantic way. Just I have so much love to give, and I can pour that into my creativity. Obviously, my kids. I can pour that into like cooking, baking, singing. Like I can, there's so many different spaces I can pour love into. Don't just think you gotta pour that love into another human being. Pour it into yourself even. What? If you ever become available, you can have me. I believe you're my future wife from heaven. She really hurt me. She was male-minded. I'm an alpha male, so I'm both, but I want you. God. Y'all know what y'all be doing that I just need to address like really quickly. It's like 100 of y'all that swear that I'm your wife. Y'all have to understand, I do not have 100 husbands out here walking around. I only have one. So when y'all be saying stuff like this, it really concerns me. Like I could literally make if I went through and screenshot my comments or my DMs and just showed like people who really think I'm their person, I'm not your person. That's no hard feelings. Maybe you just there's somebody out there for you that's similar to me in spirit, but I'm not your person. It's like what am I going to do with 100 husbands? I would drive myself insane. Like y'all chill. And don't think like, cause y'all don't even know me. So it's also just y'all are in love with the idea of me. Y'all don't know me. I'm spoiled. I'm very spoiled. And I can be difficult. Y'all just see me and like, oh, she's sweet. I'm not sweet all the time. I'm spoiled. I'm very spoiled. Okay. So keep that in mind while y'all in my DMs talking about, oh, you're my future wife. Huh? Do you know do you know how spoiled I am and how difficult I can be? Like I'm super stubborn. Y'all don't know me for real. Y'all do not know me. I'm very like meticulous about certain things. Like don't come on here talking about I'm your wife. I promise you my husband is going to see me and be like I want to give her the world. He's going to make it happen. My next husband, I should say. My next husband will be like, yeah, you sound like a real a-hole. Maybe I am. I never said I wasn't. How does somebody get past the trauma from a narcissistic person? Man, when you find out, let me know. I mean, first of all, there are lots of different types of narcissists. So was it a covert narcissist? Was it a malignant narcissist? Like there's so many different types of narcissists. Narcissistic abuse can really damage. I don't want to say damage because I definitely know that you can repair the brain even with your thoughts. It can cause a lot of, it can change the way you think specifically. And that's the problem with dealing with a narcissist. It can really like do almost like unrepairable damage to your brain. I feel like you probably need to go to therapy, to be honest. Like that's a question for your doctor. You got to go to therapy. I wouldn't say that I've fully recovered from certain narcissistic things. I've only been better at spotting it, especially in a specific person. But to say that I have just repaired my brain from that would be a lie. Take responsibility. I mean, if you're referring to the narcissistic question, that's one way to look at it. If you choose to, I feel like that can move your healing process along faster. Like if you just take responsibility for the part that you played, sure, gaslight yourself. Go for it. It's not always that simple though when you're dealing with people. And when you're dealing with somebody who's emotionally abusing you, what am I taking responsibility for? You know, like I don't want to victim blame. So if you want to victim blame yourself, it will definitely speed up your healing process. But I'm not going to victim blame you. This is what's going on with these guys. They want to try everything because now they want to settle, but because we know our worth, we don't give in. I do feel like a lot of men are healing and they want to settle down with a good woman or man, whatever they date, which I think is good, but I definitely think that they're meeting resistance from the feminine, the women part of it, because we have done the healing work a long time ago. And we recognized it's almost like the divine feminine usually, and a divine feminine could be man or woman, but usually the divine feminine recognizes the higher self. Like, let's say, for example, let's say you're a woman. You usually recognize the highest version of your masculine, your counterpart, or whatever you date before they do. And it could take them, they could be like 4 years behind you. And it's like once they finally like, oh, I recognize my worth and I recognize your worth, usually they're like, I don't really, usually the feminine is like, yeah, like I'm kind of over you. I'm kind of over you now. But I will say, like, I'm not a man hater, because my experience with men in dating, I feel like men have treated me pretty well. Like, I've been courted properly. Like, they recognize what they need to do and they get themselves together. Now, how all of them been just like great people? Not really. But as far as like dating and being courted and being provided for, I've already gotten all of that. Like, that's not really been my issue. A man has never came around me and tried to lower my standards. I just feel like he looked at me and realized he couldn't lower my standards. Now, have I, especially as a child, not a child, but like a teen, if I dated somebody, I just feel like if I'm ever dating someone, they cannot lower my standards. Only I can. Like, if I ever lowered my standards dealing with a man, okay, that's something I did. But a man has never came to me and tried to lower my standards. That's impossible. Because I just, especially not now. Like, that's crazy. Your wig is lopsided. Oh my God, hold on, let me fix it. Is that better? Is it still lopsided? It might be. Maybe it's my wig part. Is my wig part crooked? Is that better? Read Proverbs 31 verses 10 through 31, because you may be right. Those are my mother's words. I'm over you. They be breaking up already? That was fast. It's going to take time to get over a narcissist, because my mother is a narcissist. I couldn't see different types of narcissists, but now I'm almost a pro at it. Yeah, it is. It's hard because they do a number on your brain. So I'm praying for anybody who dealt with that. Like, you can take your power back. You know what makes it hard? When you have to deal with that person. It makes it hard, I will say. Like, the narcissist that's in my life, I have to deal with this person. That's what makes it so difficult. Just to be transparent with you guys, because I know some of you are, it's harder when you have to deal with somebody who's your narcissist. But when you're not dealing with that person and you're not seeing them, it becomes easier for sure. That transmutation from pain to strength is showing unlocking elemental bending power abilities, the way Magneto activated his power and evolved in the apocalypse. Amun-Ra, yeah. I love that movie. The truth, our God loves you. He will never leave you. He is for you. And that's just the truth. Thank you, Jessica. I think standards stop people from finding true love. I think it depends on what you mean by standards. Because I know men hate women with standards, but y'all don't want the women who don't have standards. So it just depends on what your idea of standards are. Like, if my standard is for you to put the toilet seat down, like, that's bare minimum. But a man will be like, her standards are too high. She was getting on me about putting the toilet seat down and not wiping up around the toilet and not cooking and not cutting the grass. Like, her standards were too high. Those are just examples. Like, those are just examples, because I know how y'all like to do a thing. Those are just examples. Now, if a woman expects that out of you and you feel like her standards were too high, you need to find a woman who wants less from you. in any situation, or a man, whatever your situation is. Because I feel like relationships, when you have a relationship with somebody, y'all are supposed to be, I wouldn't say y'all be equally yoked because that's unrealistic, but you have to at some point be willing to make certain sacrifices and bend in certain areas. And I feel like people just have boundaries that they're not willing to bend for. And I think that's okay. Like maybe you found the perfect man, right? But he collects Pokemon cards. Like he has every single thing you want in a man, but he collects Pokemon cards. You can overlook that. Support him collecting his Pokemon cards. If he finds every single thing if he has every single thing that you like and he just collects Pokemon cards, just let him collect his Pokemon cards. Like I see it like that. Or if you got a woman, right? But she is super into gardening and she always got you outside in the garden when you don't feel like it, putting her garden together. She's the perfect woman. She got every single thing that you like, but she's a gardener and she don't play about her garden and she needs your help in the garden. Help her with her garden, because if you leave her because you don't feel like getting outside in the garden putting together benches or whatever, you gonna leave and you gonna realize, man, I should have just helped her with her garden. Or maybe she's obsessed with books and she's really into furniture and home improvement and she's always got you in the house building something. You better learn how to build something, because if you love her and you want to be with her, you need to, overlook that. Like, all right, babe. And if you can't build anything, hire somebody who will. But that's her, that's what she likes. I feel like that's the problem with relationships. Men want you to settle for never wiping their butt. And I'm not saying I've had this experience. I'm just saying, like, they don't wipe their butt. They're lazy. They don't ever cook. They don't ever help you with anything. They're not ambitious. Like, they want you to be the perfect Barbie doll. They got a dad bod. They are emotionally unavailable. They don't know how to communicate. And you just supposed to be this perfect Barbie and hit every box for them. And they just get to be bare minimum, bottom of the barrel. Like that's different than you overlooking somebody who has a Pokemon card addiction. You can overlook that. Get him a room in the house where he can put up his Pokemon cards and leave him be. That's a wig. No, this is not a wig. I was just playing. This is not a wig. I was just trolling them because they tried to troll me. This is not a wig. The only wig I ever put on my head, I got paid for it twice. And you can find those videos on my YouTube channel. How do you deal with the narcissist in your life? Honey, how I should deal with the narcissist in my life is to literally keep the conversation to a bare minimum. Like, talk as least as possible. And when we do talk, no emotion. Like, what's it called? Stonewalling? I don't know if that's the proper term, but just no emotion. Just, okay, all right. Okay, sounds good. Yep. That's how it needs to be. My ex-husband is angry, said he's going to take revenge on me. He's just talking. If you know you protected, you don't even need to worry about him. That's exactly what someone with a wig would say. First of all, y'all are either being racist or you're being anti-black, because y'all are assuming this is a wig because you see a black woman. So you're assuming that it's a wig. Go away. Nobody cares. Because I guarantee you, whoever is saying something, I have more hair on my head than you. So why are you even saying something to me in the first place? You wish this was a wig. I have reptile eyes. I literally get called, what? When people, that sounds more like cat eyes. Because reptile eyes, I mean, I would have to actually see your eyes, but their eyes are like, in the middle. They're like skinny. Thank you, love. Would you ever consider dating someone long distance or only people where you live at? Yeah, I can make a long distance relationship work. I don't mind being apart a little bit. Like, I like my space. I've grown out of the age where I just want to be. First of all, I don't have time to lay up all day. I don't have time for that. But I'm okay with space. So if it was in another country, if the funds were right, that would work. But if it's like another country, that would be crazy. Like, that would be wild. I don't understand how that would necessarily work. But I know people do make that work. But if it's in the same country, I could be in a long distance relationship for sure. I need to get my laptop. Somebody texted me. And I don't want to pause the live yet. Like, not moving too fast, but don't take too long to come together eventually. Yeah. Because I feel like you could take your time, get to know each other, and see if it's worth it. Like, I feel like if you can make a long distance relationship work, that means it's worth it. Because not everybody can do that. A lot of people, it's too hard. And I don't feel like you moving closer or being closer to that person would, make it any easier. You can't make it work long distance. I don't see how you can make it work close, in my opinion. Oh, laugh my butt off. I love a good hater. They tickle my fancy. Yeah, they do. I love a good hater too. I love it. Yeah. But I feel like with long distance relationships, the point needs to be to it can't be like a sneaky link type of thing. Like, I don't feel like there's a point in doing that. If you're going to be in a long distance relationship, make sure that you both have an end goal that you both agree with. The end goal for both of you has to be the same. It can't just be like, oh, we just trying this out. We sneaky linking. Like, if I'm gonna do that, I'll just do that with somebody closer to me. But if the end goal is to like actually be committed at some point, then yeah, I think that good. What was I about to do? Oh. How do I deal with haters? I don't know. I don't really deal with haters. I don't know how to answer that. I don't know. It just depends on how I'm feeling. Like, I'll either say something or I won't. Haters are supposed to be like your motivators, right? I just allow them to motivate me. I feel like if somebody takes the time out their day to hate on me, it makes me feel like I'm important. Like, oh, I must be so important. Like, you really took the time out your day to say that? Oh my God, you love me. And you're a fan because you keep coming back. Jesus. Everyone express your love, please. It will help others understand. Understand what? It definitely is hard to connect like on dating sites, maybe like Facebook or something. I bet people try to DM you all the time. Yeah, and it's annoying. I see why when men DM them, they send them their Cash App. I see why women do that. Because a man will DM you every single day, multiple times a day. And it's frustrating. It's really frustrating. And it's like, if I send you my Cash App, you're either going to leave me alone or you're going to send me some money. It has nothing to do with like, oh, that woman being broke or she's a gold digger. You're harassing her every day. Like, I don't have to take this. Like, I'm not about to take this. I ignore them though, because I don't feel like I'm not the type of person, like, unless I follow you on social media already. If you were to DM me, I'm not just gonna like people will DM me and say, can I take you on a date? I don't know, I just find that to be weird. I'd rather somebody approach me in person and say that. Like, I don't know. I just find it to be weird. Like, I'm not ever gonna respond to that. If it's somebody I follow on social media and it's like, I don't know how to explain it. I don't know how to explain it. I haven't dated in a long time, so. But if somebody DMs me and is like, I'm gonna take you on a date. I don't know. I feel like men nowadays don't have any game. Like, if I saw a woman and I wanted her, I'd be like, what's your address so I can send you some flowers? Like, I'm not just gonna DM her and just be like, where you from? Can I take you out sometime? You know how many times a day a woman gets a DM like that? Be different. Be creative. Like, do something else. Like, that's so corny. I hate when a man asks me where I'm from. For why are you asking me that? I'm not where you're from. Now what? Now that we have established that I'm not where you're from, where do we go from here? Like, you don't approach someone, especially a woman of like, if you see a woman you like, man, I feel like she's like a goddess. Like, this is a queen. Don't approach a queen or a goddess and say, where you from? Can I get to know you? You know, I just, excuse me, miss, I saw you from across the room. Like, don't do that. You gotta go above and beyond a little bit. And I feel like the problem is most men are not willing to do that. Because they're entitled. A lot of men are very entitled and they don't feel like they should have to do that. Y'all want free booty, so to speak. But y'all don't want the free booty from the women who are giving out the free booty, basically. Y'all don't want those women. Y'all want the goddess to give you free booty. That's crazy. That's crazy work. That's not going to happen. You got to be willing to, you can't be afraid of a little competition. You got to be willing to like be the best. It's like, let the best man win. If you're coming at me with I'm trying to get to know you, blah, 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 you're going to get ignored. Why would I respond to that? You're not even saying nothing worth my time. For the men who want to date, I'm not even talking about me, but I'm just saying women in general. If you want to date a beautiful woman that you are just in awe of, you need to come correct. Y'all, I just feel like a lot of, and I will give y'all this. I will give the men this. I'll give y'all this. There is a lot of women who are confused and they think that they're dating when they're really prostituting. I will give y'all that because I have seen that. But I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about a woman that's like, that's a very specific thing. Like, I do feel like a lot of women were tricked into doing sex work. I will give the men that because that's facts. But there's a difference between you courting a woman who you see is presenting herself how you want, how you feel like she a wife, whatever y'all be thinking. I don't know, and I really don't care. I get that, but then it's also women out here who are just like, I don't know. As soon as a man picks her up for a date, for example, because I really don't know how this goes, but as soon as a man picks her up for a date, you need to send me you need to send me $2,000. And he sends it to her, and then they go to a hotel room and they hook up. To me, that was that was prostituting. And I'm not hating the game. If that's what women do, hey, she just came up on 2K, good for her. Like, you know, like I'm not hating that, but I do feel like you got to be careful because on social media there's a lot of young girls who are very impressionable and they feel like they're just dating when really you are being a prostitute. So there's levels to it. There's levels to it. But I do feel like men are, on the one hand, they're kind of tired of that because it's like every woman seems like they have their hand out, which I get why women are like that. I'm not saying I don't get that. I do understand why women act like that now because men are very entitled. So they're just like, okay, well, you feel like you're entitled to my body. I should get something out of this. So I get it, but I feel like some people take it to the extreme and they take it too far. So you gotta just do what works for you. Me personally, I do. Oh my God, thank you for my pumpkin spice latte. Thank you. I do feel like that, I don't know. Just do what works for you with dating and stop paying attention to social media. I got my own standards. There's things that I just will not tolerate, period. And one thing I will not tolerate is a man DMing me and saying, I'm trying to get to know you, where you from. Like, you're not going to get a response out of me from that. Like, you need to come correct, like all the way. I do hear some celebrities just say, I'll send you 5,000 to hang out to IG models. Yeah, that happens. See, that's the problem. That's the issue now. These famous tricks, they're sending $5,000 to this IG model because they want to do her. That's what it is. To me, that is escorting. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. Me personally, I would never. But I see people do it. I'm not going to knock your hustle. But I feel like we're in a world of pimps and hoes, basically. I'm not mad at it. I can't be mad at it. I just know that I'm not doing that. But I'm also not settling for crumbs either. So I just feel like you got to do what's best for you. Spiritual baddie for the great-minded only. I swear if you weak-minded, forget about it. They lose their dignity in the process. Most is broken that I've encountered. I mean, some of them do, some of them don't. Like, there's some people in this world who genuinely do not care. They don't care, and they're fine with how they live, and that's fine with me, so. By tomorrow at this time, you will bow before God. You are going to pray why you didn't answer me. This is disrespect. And I am the wrath of God in human form. It's about time the world knows me and bow to God. Okay, boo-boo. I'm so glad I do not have that problem with social media. All of my social media does not have any of my pictures on there. Only people who know my middle name know it's me. Gotta make sense. Gotta align with purpose. If we together, not just romantic relationship, even divine relationship. We gotta build together and free our people. Thank you for your videos. You're welcome. What? Hello, first time from Florida. Nice to meet you. Of course, it's escorting. All I need is a God-fearing woman who has standards. Just make sure that you are the right man for a God-fearing woman who has standards, and you're gonna be just fine. I know dating is such a tricky thing. It is. I'm not really concerned about dating right now, though, to be honest. That's not really on my radar at the moment. I feel like if I were to date again, it'll be at the right time and he'll come correct. I mean, he wouldn't have a choice, so. Do people even know what courting is anymore? It's a rare thing now. No, they don't, but they're not taught to. This is a different generation. I feel like this generation needs to be taught to court properly. The problem is the problem with men, because it's not just men aren't the only issue, because women have our issue, but men feel like if they court you or they take you on one date, they're entitled to something from you. When men used to court back in the day, they did not expect to go home and sleep with that woman that night. They understood that it's going to take time. It's a process. And when you see a woman that you love and you think is beautiful, you're going to take the time to get to know her. You're not just going to be like, oh, well, I took you to Applebee's. Where we going? You gonna come back to my place? Like, they be so mad that they came up out of like $150 meal or whatever y'all be spending. They be so mad about that, and they feel like I just spent $150 on this woman, and she's not gonna let me sleep with her. That is y'all's problem. Y'all don't want to go through the process of learning a woman that you're saying this woman is valuable. You say you want her, but you're not willing to court her. Take her on a few dates, get to know her, like, romanticize her. Don't just take her to Red Lobster or Ruth Chris or whatever and just feel entitled to her body off of that. That's the problem. Y'all just, and I just feel like realistically, men, not all men, but there's men out here who cannot afford to date. Because dating, that's what they say, dating is a rich man's sport. You gotta be, you gotta pay to play. That doesn't make her a prostitute. It just means you want this woman, you think she's beautiful, you're gonna have to buy her flowers. You're gonna have to buy her flowers. You're gonna have to buy her a gift. You're gonna have to take her on nice dates. Like, you're gonna have to drive around in a car. You're gonna have to put gas in your car. Like, you're gonna have to come up with something. You may decorate a hotel room or decorate a romantic date on the beach, whatever your level is, right? Because there's levels to this. Y'all, the problem is y'all can't afford to do that with multiple women. Y'all can't afford that. Y'all can't afford to spend $200 on Monday and $150 on Tuesday and $300 on, y'all can't afford to do that. You cannot afford that. So y'all need to either, and some of y'all can't even afford to do it with one woman, and that's fine, but that means your priorities are not together. So if you can't afford to date one woman, then you need to be single and get yourself together until you feel like you are confident as a man, because with a man, his confidence is everything. If you're not confident as a man and secure in yourself to date, you need to be single until you get to that place, not just financially, but spiritually, mentally, get to that place where you can date one woman. And if you got your money up so good that you can afford to spend, like, there's been out here spending, like, let's say $1,000 in 1 week on dating multiple women. If you can afford that, do it. Do it. But don't be so entitled, because that does not guarantee. There's men out here who go spend $1,000 or thousands or hundreds of dollars in 1 week because they're dating and they're doing all these things and did not get laid one time. Y'all don't want to do that. Y'all feel entitled to a woman's body. Men don't enjoy the presence of women anymore. Y'all just want something a hole to stick it in. Y'all just want to get off. Y'all don't enjoy the presence of women. Men who have money, they just like to be around women. They love women. They love to be around women. They love to see women smile. They want to be around a woman who smells good, who's looking good. She's beautiful. She's just good company. They don't expect sex, and they don't feel entitled to it, but it would be nice, but they're not entitled. They don't feel entitled to that woman's body. And they know, if I spend $500 on this date, and I'm just throwing out numbers, like, don't read too much into it. If I spend $500 on this date and I don't get to, like, sleep with this woman tonight, I'm okay with that because I'm not entitled to this woman's body. I'm here to have a good time and see a pretty face, you know? Like, y'all don't want to do that, and that's y'all problem, which is why y'all need to be single. I feel like I just talked a lot. I'm sorry, but still, like, y'all be killing me. Thank you, Legendary. You should be dating. You're gorgeous, and there's something special waiting for you. Yeah, I'm not really ready to date. I got small children, so I'm just not ready for that right now. I got to take into consideration that I'm a mom, so... And I'm not saying that's going to stop me or has it ever, but I just got to take that into consideration. That's just not on my radar right now. If it happens, it happens, but I'm not actively dating at all. Thanks for giving game. I'm about to put what you said to use. Go ahead. Remember, not every woman wants that, though. I don't remember what I said when you said that, but I'm sure you're right. When I have told a guy I don't accept crumbs, I want the whole bakery to get mad. And of course they do. But at the end of the day, one thing I will tell you, like ladies, if I can give y'all some game, stop telling them that. Don't tell them your expectations. Show them. Like this, don't tell them, oh, you got to do this, 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 and this. Expect it in your head. Show them what you expect. And when they don't move accordingly, move them out your way. We can go your separate ways. It ain't even nothing to talk about. And I know the whole closed mouths don't get fed thing. I get that. And I'm not saying that it's wrong to have those conversations. If he asks you, that's different. Then you can have a conversation. But if he didn't ask you, don't tell him. Just, no, keep it up here. Watch. Because a lot of men will lie and they will betray to be someone that they're not so they can sleep with you. A man will wait years to sleep with a woman. That's the other thing. That's why it's a dangerous dating game for women, because a man will wait years. If you tell a man what you want, he will play on you for years. And this has never happened to me. So don't think I'm projecting. This has never happened to me once. But I have seen this. Like, a man will wait for years, and then when he gets what he wants out of you, he's out. That's why you can't tell them what your expectations are. You got to show them what your expectations are and listen, because men will talk themselves. All you got to do is listen to a man and you can see exactly who he is. Just sub, baby, East NY. Okay, East New York. If you're a regular job guy and there's a girl you like, but there's a rich guy send you money, how does a regular guy stand out to you? I feel like character is everything, because it's not about, because I know social media makes people feel like all girls want a man with means, like a rich man. It's more so about how generous he is, because a man with a regular job can be more generous than a man with like thousands and thousands of dollars or whatever. I feel like a regular guy would stand out just about off his character. Like, can he hold a conversation and things of that nature? Like, I'm not going to go into full detail, but it's about his character over anything. It's almost like, let's say I was dating two guys. One had a regular 9 to 5. One was a millionaire or something. I know nowadays it would be smarter for a woman to go with a millionaire, especially if you're just thinking about like legacy. I think it would more so depend when it came to those two men whose character, that's who I would take serious. Like, let's say even, because like Shara 7, she talks about this a lot. Let's say I even decided to stay with the millionaire and marry him. I would never take him seriously or care about him if his character wasn't correct. It would just be something I did for like legacy. Like, a lot of women just marry for money. And I'm not against women who marry for money. Like, I'm not judging you. I'm just saying that would be a situation that I would be in if the other guy was just terrible. But like, if it came down to the two, it's all about character and generosity. Do you have the mindset as somebody who can provide, not just financially, but can you provide emotional support, things like that? It's a lot that would go into that. I wouldn't say the rich guy automatically wins. I don't care. You can send me money all you want to. Go ahead. That doesn't mean I'm going to pick you. I'll take your money, though, if you want to send it to me. That doesn't mean I'm obligated to be in a relationship with you. Because unfortunately for people like me, I'm a lover girl. So we just love, and love trumps all every time. It don't matter what he has. It's hot a little bit. I don't know if that makes sense, but regular guys with 9 to 5s are cool too. Like, don't let social media fool you. A lot of these rich men are terrible people. I have told the waitress separate bills, and the guy says, oh, I wasn't expecting or anything tonight. If he wasn't expecting anything, then it would have not come out of his mouth. Exactly. I would never say that. Like, if a guy takes me on a date, I don't care if it's my brother, he needs to be paying the bill. I'm not saying 50-50. I hardly do that with my mom. Like, if me and my mom go out, like, either I'm paying for it all or she's gonna pay for it all. I don't know. That's just how I am. Like, I would never, even with guy friends, a guy friend is never going to take me anywhere and just expect me to pay. No, I feel like he should pay. Men, we got to stop leading with our wallets. Y'all definitely should, because when you lead with your wallet, I'm going to, any woman is going to expect that too. That's how it's going to be, like all the time. Like just because, I don't know. I've dated men who've given me money, like lots of it. That didn't make me like them. That is not gonna stop me from taking your money though. That's the thing. I'm not going to give my body to you. I'm not going to take you seriously if you're not somebody I like. Like I have to like you. I have to like you. If I don't like you, I don't care what you do for me. That doesn't mean anything. And I would rather a man give, like, let's give because it was out of the kindness of his heart. Any man that I've dealt with that has given me anything, did it out of the kindness of his heart. It wasn't because he expected certain things out of me. And if he did, he didn't tell me or show me that. But I would, if you're a man and you want to give something to a woman and you want to give her money, make sure it's out the kindness of your heart. Don't give to her because you expect something in return. That's where y'all be messing up at. The entitlement has to go. If I was a man, I'm not gonna lie, I would be a trick. If I was a man, I would be a trick and I would trick on women because I just, that's just how I would be. I just would. And I wouldn't expect anything. I would just want to be surrounded by beautiful women. Like I don't want to be sitting around a man all day. Like, it's a lot of men who just, they sit around the trap all day or they sitting around with grown men all day. Like, I don't want to be around y'all. So I want to be around women. I want to go where the women are. So I'm going to go find the women. Like, I would take a woman shopping or I would just, like, take her, y'all trying to go to the beach or, I don't know. If I was a man, I'd be a trick, though. I would. That's just me. That's just me. I like you, but I disagree. Disagree with what? Most men scared to be called a simp or look like a sucker. That's your problem. Like I don't understand the mind of a man, and I never will. I'm not even trying to, but y'all have to stop doing that. Stop being so worried. Y'all take advice from your friends more than y'all take advice from God or anybody else. Stop taking advice from your friends. Your friends don't know anything. Or unless your friend is in a position that you want to be in genuinely, stop taking their advice. Y'all are worried about what a bunch of men who are incels and they don't know anything calling you a simp. I feel like a simp, if correct me if I'm wrong, I feel like a simp is somebody who does not know their worth. That's a simp to me. If you're a man simping, that means you don't know your worth and you give all of yourself away to a woman who doesn't care about you. But I feel like if you're a man and you know your worth and you are intentionally like, okay, I like women or men. Some of y'all like men, whatever y'all like. I like to give to women. That just makes me happy. That doesn't make you a simp. Like, I completely understand why a man would want to give to a beautiful woman. I understand. That doesn't make you a simp. Now, if you don't know your worth and you're letting her dog walk you and treat you like crap, like cuss you out and talk down on you, then you're a simp. But if you're just like, this woman is beautiful, I want to give to her, I want to get to know her, I want to be around her, that doesn't make you a simp. I feel like that makes you a gentleman, a generous gentleman at that. Yeah, simps don't have boundaries. Hey, William. I would too. I love spending money. Yes. And I'm a Taurus. I like spending money, period. Like, I like to spoil people, period. But if I was a man, like a rich man, I would be terrible. Like, I would just, you know how Drake is always like buying people, like he'll bring a Chanel bag to his concerts and he just likes, I don't know, Drake takes me as the type of person from what I've seen. Obviously, I don't know him personally. He takes me as the type of person who, like, he just likes beautiful women and he likes to give to them. I don't think he really cares if he sleeps with them or not. That's kind of how I would be if I was a man. I don't know. I just feel like beautiful women deserve to be spoiled and happy, which is why I do that to myself. So if I was a man, I know I would do that. I mean, I would do that for friends, family, my kids, my nephews. I would do that anyway. That's because he's rich. like I said, I have dated men who have, I've never been in a relationship with a man who did not spoil me. And they weren't rich necessarily. They just, I don't know. Like spoiled me in some capacity. It's all about what a man can afford. When you're dating, it's all about what you can afford. If you're, like I said, if your woman likes to garden, you can spoil her by buying her plants and buying her seeds and helping her, buying her stuff for her garden, like buying her garden decorations. That's still spoiling her. If your woman is a foodie and she likes to eat, you can spoil her by taking her to, y'all can try new restaurants all the time. If she is really into makeup, you can spoil her by taking her into Sephora. It's levels to it that y'all don't understand. Y'all look on social media and you feel like, oh, he's spending thousands and thousands. He's buying Chanel bags. That's not realistic for most people. That is not realistic. Do you know how much a Chanel bag costs? That's not realistic for most people, okay? When you have a woman and you love her and you value her, you spoil her in the way that you can afford, in ways that she likes. There's women out here who like stuffed animals. They like flowers. They like furniture. They like, I don't know, freaking seashells, candles, makeup, whatever. You spoil her and give to her in ways that she likes. You got to be able to see your woman, though. There's women who like poetry and love notes. That doesn't cost anything. Flowers are $12. You can get some 12 stem roses for less than $20. Like, it's the little things. But you have to know your lady. If you don't know your lady, then you're going to get on social media and you'll get depressed because you seeing Drake buying people Chanel bags and you feel like you're supposed to be buying her Chanel bags. If she didn't ask for Chanel bags and she didn't come with Chanel bags when you met her, why would you have that expectation? But if you spoil them too much, they can get greedy. Well, I don't know about that. I don't know about greed is a strong word, but I do feel like they'll have that expectation. So, yeah, you're not wrong. If you plan on spoiling a woman, make sure that you can maintain that. No, I'm not from the DMV. I don't know, cause like with my daughter, for example, cause you're not wrong, cause it's like you can't unspoil a child. My daughter's super spoiled. I don't think greedy was the right word. That's a strong word. Greedy is crazy, but like you set a certain expectation when you're dating somebody, and when you can no longer maintain that expectation, of course they're gonna feel some type of way. Cause it's why pull back if you don't need to. Now, if your finances are funny, that's another thing. But if you're just doing it to be spiteful, yeah, she gonna feel some type of way. But like my daughter, I like spoiling my kids, period. I love spoiling my children. And I like the feeling of doing it. So I get the concept of like, I mean, that's a child. I feel like when you're dealing with adults, it's kind of different. I don't know. I just feel like, I don't know. It depends on what type of woman you're dealing with. I'm just let you know right there. My wife is greedy. Don't be in here talking about your wife like that. They want to take advice from their friend who has multiple children by multiple women, bad credit, can't keep a job, and always complaining and don't make it make sense. LOL. Oh my God. You're not lying. You are not lying. Easy she is. She know it. Yeah, but don't be in here talking about her like that. If she's greedy, then I don't want to say greedy. It sounds like she's spoiled and you spoiled her. So you're going to have to keep spoiling her. I don't know what to tell you. If she deserves it, what's the problem? I believe you. It takes a lot of shampoo and conditioner to keep that hair nice. Not only that, Ricky, it's the skin. That's what I'm saying. You got to know your woman. I'm super into self-care. So I spend a lot of money on self-care. A lot. Like my skincare, I'm not buying cheap skincare. My skincare is expensive. Like my whole entire skincare routine, just my face alone, is like $250. Just my face. We haven't even gotten to the other parts. Like legs, arms, like like my whole everything. Oh my God, I don't even know. I've never calculated. But you got to know what type of woman you're dealing with and just give to her the way you can. If it's a woman who likes a lot of different things, and this goes for men too. Like I know we're talking about women, this goes for men too. Like if you know your partner likes something, why would you not want to support that or give to them in that way? Because your woman could be into a lot of different things, like self-care, makeup, gardening. I don't know why I want to keep saying Pokemon cards. Pokemon cards, fashion. Buy her a sewing machine. She's into fashion. Buy her a sewing machine, or take her to Hobby Lobby, or whatever. You just got to know what your woman likes and give to her like that. And you won't have any competition. Y'all think y'all are in imaginary competition with all these rich men on social media, and you're not. They're not even in the same tax bracket as you or even thinking about you. They're in a whole different league and ball game. Stick to the rivers and the lakes that you're used to. And if you spoil your woman in the ways that she wants to be spoiled, if that's a good woman, there's no way you're going to lose her. That's what I mean. You and wife have the same hair, and it takes a lot for self-care by comparison to me. Yeah, I mean, women are high maintenance, period. I've never met a woman who wasn't high maintenance. There's just some more high maintenance than others. You can give to women, but men have to give themselves because women will keep taking. That sounds like trauma that you need to heal from, because that's not true. Because I feel like if you're with a good woman, and this goes for vice versa, y'all are pouring into each other the ways that you can pour into that person. Now, if you're saying she keeps taking, what do you mean? Like, are you handing her money and she's taking it out your hands? Or are you saying that she's draining you of your life force? She's talking down on you. She's belittling you. She doesn't want to, she doesn't ever think about you. She doesn't think like, oh, hey, I did your laundry for you, or I made you breakfast, or whatever, like little things. Or I bought you some, I noticed that you were out of I don't know, out of shampoo or something. So I bought you some new, is she not considering you? Like, I know some people can be inconsiderate, and I hate an inconsiderate person. So I get that. Like, I can get that. But I feel like, I don't know, I've never met women like that. I've never met a woman who was not considerate of her man. I'll say that. I've never seen that. Whether he was giving to her or not. All the women I know personally, married or just in a relationship, they're considerate of their man, and even more so than the man has been considerate of them. Man, if you can't afford it, spend it on your lady, vice versa for the woman, but always let love be the motivation. I just feel like exactly, like, if you love somebody, it's not gonna feel like it's a problem. It's not gonna feel like you're taking anything from yourself, especially if that person that you love and you're giving to is giving back to you in their way. Hey, Starseed. We gotta stop moaning about women. Me personally, I love women no matter what they do, but they ain't getting my money. As long as you're loving and respectful, I feel like that's all that really matters. Thank you, Marty. Selfless, not selfish. Yeah, nobody told y'all that you need to do all of that. I feel like y'all are just making an assumption. It's kind of like how people say, like, women nowadays are gold diggers, but they don't have no money. So it's like, why are you afraid of gold diggers if you don't have any money? What gold are you protecting? And I just feel like if you're not promiscuous and you are dating and settling down with a good woman or man, whatever it is that you date, you don't have those problems, because you're dating a woman who's considerate of you and is giving to you the way that you're giving to her. All the other stuff is just noise, to be honest. It's completely noise. But yeah, y'all definitely need to stop moaning and complaining about women, because that sounds like, just stop. Because men and women who are in happy, loving relationships are not on the internet complaining about it. That's the gag. That's the whole gag. So I don't know what's going on with Ricky, but if you in here talking about your wife, you must not be happy. Because I feel like men who are happy in their situations are not doing things like that. The wrong era. I don't feel like it's the wrong era. I just feel like people take social media too seriously. Like, it's your life. You know that, right? It's your life. You can do what you want to do. No one is forcing you to do anything. Don't be a robot. Do not be a robot. It's hard to know because women play games too. I mean, anybody can do that. It's just, I feel like once you know that, then you can move accordingly. It's not hard. I feel like dating is something that you make it. Y'all just need to get off the internet. That's the problem. Get off the internet and go live in the real world. Like, I just feel like most, like, women in the real world are not just, I'm not saying it doesn't happen, but y'all, like, if you're a heterosexual man dating a woman, you do not have as many issues with dating as a heterosexual woman does dating you. Like, I get what y'all are saying, but I guarantee you most of this crap that y'all are saying comes from social media. Get off the internet and go talk to somebody in real life. You know where you can go meet a woman of substance. Like, stop playing with me. Y'all have way more options in dating than women do. I don't understand why it's so hard for y'all. I feel like if your dating life is hard as a heterosexual man, you're making it hard on yourself. It's your fault. It's your fault. Thank you, Jasmine. The Spirit of God always works through the heart of wisdom, filled, dedicated people who truly love, guiding people in the right direction down the path leading to our Savior, Christ Jesus. Peace out, Richard. Oh my God. I need to get off. I gotta go. I got somewhere I need to be, and I'm already late. All right, if y'all have any last questions, let me know. Otherwise, I'm gonna get off. I don't know how we got to talk about dating for we just talked about that for 45 minutes straight. Y'all don't worry about that, okay? Don't stress about dating. If you're really stressed about dating, just hire a dating coach if it's that serious. Otherwise, it's not that serious. It's nothing to stress about. Just be a good person, be loving. Don't be manipulative or entitled. You're gonna run into some bad apples, but that's life. But I do believe at some point you know a good woman when you see her. Y'all be seeing the good women and you're like, man, I can't live up to her expectations, and then y'all run. Exactly. God will lead the way, okay? We can't argue with that, can we? We can't argue with that. Go to God about your dating life and you'll be okay. But don't stress it. It's all right. It's okay to be alone sometimes. It's okay to be single. Being single can be very fun and rewarding if you allow it to be. But if you're really, really stressed, then I think you need to go to God about it. You can't argue with that. But all right, y'all, I gotta go. I love y'all. I will get back on the next time I can. Thank you to my new subs. Thank you to everybody who sent me gifts. Y'all are very sweet. I may go live on TikTok next time because I need to start going live on there so I can do more all the fun stuff they do over there. But y'all enjoy your weekend. Y'all be good. Y'all be safe. Bye.